Hey friends, check this out. I'm doing this pop-up live stream first and foremost because I want to do a walkthrough of the beautiful brand new Rhythm and Soul Tarot by Stacey Williams Ng. I'm going to show you the cards. I'm so excited for this deck. This deck is now available. There is a link to purchase it right in the description. Full confession, I have never read with this deck. This is a pop-up live stream. If you're watching the replay, definitely check out this walkthrough. And for those of you who are able to be here with us live, it's a pop-up on Sunday afternoon in summer. But Betty Flusher, I see you here. Good to see you. I will do some readings. I have never read with this deck before, but I will do some readings. Let's get on over to CardCam. Hey, Nalini, good to see you. Glad you're here. Let's get on over to CardCam. And for those of you who will be watching the replay, hi, Teresa, Dina, so happy to see all of you. Yay, D9. Hello. Hey, I had a surprise party and here you are. So yeah, if you have a question, go ahead and ask. I'm happy to do readings. We're going to do the walkthrough first. And if you are watching the replay, definitely check it out and stay for the readings if you like, but I will not be able to do your readings if I'm no longer live streaming. Happy to see all of you. Leslie, glad you're here. You're actually in this deck. Let's get over to CardCam, why don't we? All right, here it is. Here's the card back. As you can see, it is pretty much a standard size deck. There it is next to Lightseers. Here it is next to Legacy of the Divine. So it's big, but you know, pretty standard. And okay, Stacey Williams Ng. She is such a fabulous artist. Each one of these cards is a painting. She painted these. No AI. No computer graphics, as far as I know. Just paint and spirit and soul and all kinds of stuff. So this is what I call an archetypal assignment deck, in the sense that she has picked a theme, and the theme, Rhythm and Soul Tarot, it's music, and it's specifically music with Southern roots. Stacey, as you probably know, is from the South. She's in Tennessee, and all of her work, or so far it seems like much of her work, has been influenced by that sort of old South culture and spirituality. So that's what we got going on here. So what is an archetypal assignment deck? An archetypal assignment deck is a deck that takes a theme and then thinks about the archetypes of tarot and finds aspects of the theme that match with the archetypes of tarot. Amazing archetypal assignment decks come to us from Lisa Hunt. She's done a bunch of them. Chris Walder has done a few, Goddess Tarot being most well known, but also Lover's Path Tarot. And let's see. Mythic Tarot was one of the first that used Greek mythology. So there's all kinds of archetypal assignment tarots. You all know I have Pot Tarot, right? So here we are. And what she's done, and I don't have these in order. I've been playing with them. They're not in order, but I'm going to walk you through them anyway. So she has renamed the suits, and she has renamed some of the major arcana cards, some of the cards in general. So we've got the suit of Jazz, and we'll talk about suit assignments in a minute. Here, I love this, I love this, I love this. The Wheel of Fortune is a jukebox. Do you love this as much as I do? Oh, Dina Moskowitz, is Gaian Tarot archetypal assignment? I would argue yes, very much so. Very much so, yes. Topeka, you are right on time, right on time. Okay, so fabulous, right? Fabulous Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we've got the suit of Roots. We can see she's renamed some major arcana, but we can also see that she's using some weight imagery and the weight numbering system, because passion is strength and strength is 8. Now, in terms of the people in this deck, some of them are people that you know. I see Leslie Schaefer's here. Leslie's in this deck. I'm in this deck. And this is not like Pocket of Peers Tarot where we are appearing as ourselves. We're not. We're just like the inspiration for the picture. But I will tell you that it was like in my bucket list. I've had some bucket list items, and one of them was I wanted my face in a deck. My face is now in a deck, and I will show you that. Now, the thing is, I believe, okay, first of all, this deck was an advanced review copy. I don't have the book. I haven't read the book. I've read snippets of it. It is available for you to order, deck and book. Link is in the description. So some of the people here are people we know. If I recognize them and know who they are, I'll tell you. If you recognize them, tell me. And I think some of them may also be recording artists. And if you recognize them, if you recognize specific people, say the name of the card and say who they are. Okay? All right. So let's see. There's death. Okay. I kind of love this. The Emperor is the Papa. The Papa? Is that how you say that? Okay. Here's the suit of Jazz, 10 of Jazz. The Knight of Jazz. Ooh, and we have the suit of Blues. Here's the Devil. Here's the 4 of Blues. 5 of Blues. So you can see we've got some very weight stuff going on here. Here's the Tower. Page of Jazz. 7 of Jazz. So we can see that Jazz is the suit of Wands. Blues is the suit of Cups. Oh, and I think I know her. Is that Mercedes? I think this is Mercedes Vasquez, I think, as the 6 of Jazz. Okay, put that over here. Here's the Queen of Blues. I think we recognize her. King of Blues, I'm guessing we recognize him too. Page of Blues. Okay, Axes is the suit of Swords. So the 10 of Swords is broken guitars. I'm feeling that. That feels good, right? Roots, obviously, is the suit of Pentacles. There's the Hermit. Knight of Blues. Okay, Judgment is the Eon. You probably recognize that person. Oh, look, do you recognize this person? 8 of Axes, there I am. So in order to do this, we were at StarCon, and she had asked me, right after my presentation, she had asked me if I would be willing, and I said yes. And, if someone asks you, would you like to be the 8 of Swords or the 9 of Swords? Like, how do you take that, right? But I was happy. And she said, well, you'll need to be blindfolded. I'm like, okay, but the blindfold goes under my hair, not over it. And so she finds a blindfold, which I think actually, I want to say this scarf belonged to, I want to say Dion. Joyous Ocean. I don't know that for truth, but I think it may be true. Oh gosh, wearing the same color shirt. Yeah, seriously. So She had me stand, she blindfolded me, had me stand on a chair. And I'm like gripping the wall because I'm like a dizzy person. I don't balance that well. And so finally, Mark, our volunteer, Beth's husband, for if you know, came and like sort of stabilized me because she needed my hands. She needed my hands down. She needed to see what my hands would be doing. And I had to stand there for a long time while she, well, it felt like forever. It probably wasn't, while she photographed me. So I suffered to be in this deck. I just wish you to know that. Now, Leslie, you're here. You're in this deck too. We're going to find you. Did you suffer? Did you have to suffer to do this? Okay, there's your 9 of roots. I'm thinking we know her as well. I'm just thinking. Okay, we got the 9 of blues. So that would be like the 9 of cups. Justice. Queen of jazz. King of jazz. Hey, Sue, good to see you. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. 7 of roots, that's a 7 of pentacles. You got to love that. King of axes. 5 of roots, that's a 5 of pentacles. Camille, you're in this deck too, aren't you, Camille? What card are you? Tell me what card you are. Leslie, I didn't suffer, but I was blindfolded. If I find out I'm the only one who suffered, I'm going to have a talk with Stacy. Right, Camille is here, and Camille is in this deck. Don't you love the chariot here? That's so cool. Queen of axes. Ace of roots, I love the dulcimer. The lovers. Camille is the high priestess. Okay. And Leslie, aren't you like the 2 of, you're 2, I think. I think you're the 2 of axes. Leslie, I think we're both, Leslie, I think you and I are both axes and you and Camille are both 2s. So there you go. 8 of jazz, drumsticks. Am I right about all that? I don't know. Maybe you're the 2 of jazz. I don't know. King of axes. 9 of jazz. So the Hierophant is the preacher. And, you know, this really sort of shows the southern roots here. Yeah, you are the 2 of swords, 2 of axes. We are on the suit of axes together. I love that. Right, because we're both blindfolded. Right, duh, axes. Okay, so this really sort of shows us some of that southern flavor in that we've got this preacher wanting to baptize you in the river, which is a very southern Hierophant. I think if this had been more just music industry in general, she might have gone with something different. But, you know, again, we really see those southern roots here, which is really cool. So here's the Ace of Axes, and here she is. It's Leslie. Leslie and I are both blindfolded in this deck. There's Leslie as the 2 of Axes. How great is that? Beautiful, right? Do you feel as I feel, Leslie and Camille, like just how great it is to be immortalized in this deck? And I see your questions coming in. As soon as we get through the deck, I will go through and for the very first time in my life, read with these cards. If you trust me to do that, I will do it for you. 3 of axes, that's a nice depiction for this. And Nalini, I love that with the drum kit. Is that not good? And do you not love, these are like the little touches that I love when tarot artists do. The drum name, peace. Peace being the Crowley keyword for this card. Is that not the most brilliant? Right, Leslie, dream come true. Exactly. Thank you, Stacy, for making our dreams come true. All right, here we go. Ace of blues. The Magician, that's fabulous. Oh, and here she is in all her glory. I'm gonna say, Camille, you are beautiful here. I have seen you looking a lot less spooky than this, I have to say, but I absolutely love this. What a beautiful high priestess are you. She did capture your essence and your features when you are in that space. Camille, I was over the moon when she asked me. I can remember several of us seated around a table at that healthy food still tastes good restaurant in West Palm. I know that healthy food still tastes good restaurant in West Palm. I know that. I know that. But I like the High Priestess with spooky vibes. I think there should be spooky vibes there. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And again, like, who better to do that than you, Camille? Who better to do that? And by the way, I twisted her arm, and Camille has committed to present at StarCon 5. Just want to let you know. All right. 4 of axes. Man, that's fabulous. I love that. I have often felt like that with my guitar. I can absolutely. Yeah, Gianna, the High Priestess seems to be in both worlds, so I like that. Yeah, absolutely. 2 of blues. The mama. When Allison was pregnant with the twins, I said, I do not care what the kids call me, but I will not be Mima. I am not a Mima. And now in retrospect, I'm like, it would have been okay. It would have been okay. All right. Here we are. The 6 of Cups. I really love this. The 6 of Cups, the 6 of Blues, we're singing in church. And like, that strikes me because, as you know, I grew up in a church, and I grew up in, I don't know if you all know this part. I grew up singing from the time I was like 12 to a senior in high school. So like junior high and high school, singing in a church choir that was housed at, or homed at, our church, the church my father served, but was like a big deal. Like we traveled around and did these rock church services. We did that, yeah. And so like for me, the 6 of Cups, when I think about music, so much of my early connection to music is church related. It really is. So yeah, there it is. Teresa, what do your grandbabies call you? It's still a little unclear. I like grand. I love that mid-century kind of like, you know, it just feels, so I want to be grand. But I was grandma the other day, and I'm fine with that. Whatever they want to call me. Whatever. But right now it's either grand or grandma. And that's fine. Camille, yes. That's why she had me placed in the swamp, brackish water, liminal space. That's perfect. Oh, brackish water, liminal space. Brackish water, neither salt nor fresh. Liminal space, neither here nor there. Freaking brilliant. How brilliant is this deck? Gianna said they don't call you Tarot Fairy Godmother. No, that's just for y'all. When they get older and need advice for their love lives and how to deal with their parents and stuff, they might. Oh, Christine Hallowell. I've heard about this new deck, the Rhythm and Soul Tarot deck. So cool. This one I will definitely get. I played the clarinet growing up, and it brings up great memories, right? So there's a link in the description to go ahead and get this deck because you know you want it. There's the moon. So this is the 6 of Swords. So normally it's those people in the boat. Here we are on our bike listening to music. I can deal with that. I like it. Here's the Fool. The 5 of Axes or the 5 of Swords. 9 of Axes, 9 of Swords. That's fabulous. That really captures it, don't you think? That's really beautiful. Okay, 10 of Roots. This is like the 10 of Pentacles. Beautiful. Page of Roots. Again, love the dulcimer. Knight of Roots. 2 of Jazz. 3 of Jazz. Four of roots. So that's like the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. 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 So, do I have mixed feelings about the renaming of Temperance? Just a little. You know I love Temperance. It's harmony, but okay. It's a musical deck. Harmony is sort of the perfect musical understanding of Temperance, is it not? Is it not? So it actually makes sense. Ooh. Let's see if I can go back. Camille, the Two of Jazz. Very specific. I think we're long gone, but thank you for that. It's a very specific alleyway in the French Quarter, right alongside St. Louis Cathedral. Beautiful. Beautiful. Gianna, I'd love to know everything about her creation process here. How long did it take? How large are the original paintings? I mean, just incredible. I'll ask her to see if she'll come on for an interview. That would be fun, right? I'll ask. Pirates Alley. Okay, makes total sense. Total sense. And thank you for being here, Camille. Anything else you could give us would be really helpful. Okay, so here's the Four of Wands. Gotta love that. Four of Jazz. Queen of Roots. It's like the Queen of Pentacles. Perfect. Oh, smart. The Five of Jazz. That's like the Five of Wands. Perfect. Upside down is the Hanged Man. I have felt that way at certain Grateful Dead shows, I must say. Just saying. King of Roots. Six of Roots. That's fabulous. Six of Pentacles, right? It's like the neighbor with food for you. Okay, the Magician is a real person, and he's a very cool dude. He's an amazing musician, a professional chef, who's a personal friend. Like many, many people in this deck, his name is Jay. He looks like a cool dude, for sure. Okay, Page of Axes. Eight of Roots. Ten of Blues. So that's the Ten of Cups. You gotta love this. That is fabulous. The World. I love that she just used the fixed signs here. That's perfect. Personal friend of Stacy's, not yours. Did get a chance to meet him. Got it. Well, we would figure that Stacy knows cool people, right? Right. Stacy's grandmother is also one of the people in this deck. So cool. And Stacy saw I was coming on here. It was a pop-up. I did not plan this. I did not invite her. She was sad she could not be here, but she's going to watch the replay. But if she's watching, she's going to know she's invited to come on for an interview. Oh, I love the Sun Studio. That is so cool. Very cool. The Eight of Blues, the Eight of Cups, love it. Seven of Cups or Seven of Blues, makes sense. Seven of Axes, Seven of Swords, he's stealing records. Something I can guarantee you I never did. And finally, the Star. So there's your walkthrough. Fabulous deck, as you can see, really nice quality. La Panthère Studios is Stacy. It is her studio, so it is small publisher, indie published, and you can get it directly from her. The link is right in the description. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get to your questions. We're going to do your readings, and we'll see how this deck works in my hands. I've never done a reading with it before. Three of Axes, specific nod to James Dean. Got it. I'm sending her a couple of texts right now, so thanks for letting me know she knew it was a pop-up. I didn't mean to comment bar from the chat. It only lets me put in so many words. Really appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. Oh, Maria Alves Hernando is the Nine of Roots. Sorry, friends. We got to go find Maria. Nine of Roots, huh? So, okay, well, let me move this up so you can see it. This is one more look through while we look for the Nine of Roots. And go ahead and get your questions in. I will do the readings in just a moment. I'll take them in the order in which I see them, in the order of people getting here, or in the order of requests. But let's find, we got to find Maria. Where are you, Maria? She's hiding on us. It's because she's all the way over there in Spain. And I know it's Pedro's birthday tomorrow. I can tell you that. There's Leslie again. Hi, Leslie. Okay. She's a yellow dress. She's the 9 of roots. We're looking. Ah, there she is. And you know, I was looking at that when we went through, I was looking at that and I was saying, she looks mighty familiar. Who is she? And I'm thinking about like country music stars, not tarot stars, but she sure is a star. And there she is. So beautiful. So beautiful. Gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I think I got the members of our community that modeled for this deck, including me. All right. Okay, here it is, friends. So, full disclaimer, never, ever, ever do I come on here and do readings with decks that I'm not like familiar with or seasoned with. This is a first, but hey, we'll see what happens. Oh, the preacher is a personal friend of Stacy's. He is actually a real preacher, Unitarian, right? The good kind of preacher. I understand. All right, here we go. Let's see how we do. All right, starting with Betty Flesher. Thanks for being a member for 3 years. Thanks for using members-only emojis. On the property beside my house, will the owners build and when? Not heard good things about them. Okay. Well, we got the Wheel of Fortune reversed, so my guess is whatever you don't want to have happen is likely to happen. But there could be some issues around it. I feel like yes, there are issues with the people. I agree. And the plan, I would say, is to get going probably within the next 6 months to get going. How bad will this be for you? These aren't the people that you really want to have as neighbors. Just don't engage. Like, don't get on their bad side. Be pleasant. Don't engage. Oh, 6 of Roots is her grandmother. Got it. Okay. 10 of Cups. It's going to be fine. Betty, it's going to be fine. I agree. They probably suck as people. I think it is going to happen, but I think it's going to be fine. And Betty says, so excited for this deck. We all are. All right. Smile Soul 20 has asked for a reading. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 3 years. We really appreciate you. And Gianna, I'm reading ahead and I see that you're here, but you can't think of a question yet. Did you think of a question or do you want me to just see what I see? Smile Soul 20, I am seeing what I see for you. What do we have? The 8 of Blues, which is like the 8 of Cups. The Preacher, which is the Hierophant reversed. And the 2 of Roots, or the 2 of Pentacles. So here's what I'm going to say about all of this for you, Smile Soul 20. I think on an emotional level, you are getting tougher in a good way. You are learning not to let people piss in your Cheerios. You are learning to just go with the flow and not let other people's bad personalities bother you. When someone has a good personality, you'll deal with them. And when they have a bad personality, you're learning to brush your shoulders off and not let them get to you so much. And that is something we all need to learn, because truth is there are a lot of people with bad personalities out there. Not here in this group, of course, but out there. And you're doing a good job with that. You really are. All right. Okay, so Gianna, I will wait for your question. Thank you. And so happy to see all of you, and a special shout out to all the members. We really appreciate you. And let's see, Dina Moskowitz, good to see you. Thanks for being a member. What's in store for my home this year? A change. Now, that could be moving. That could be someone moving in or moving out. It could be remodeling, redecorating. But one way or the other, there's a change. And that change is going to be necessary. Do you notice how we have, and you saw how well shuffled I was. Do you notice that we have card 11 and card 13? So they're almost adjacent in the major arcana. And these two cards fall in the second septenary, which is all about finding your emotional balance. So whatever's going to happen here is going to be helpful in finding balance. Smile Soul 20, you are very welcome. Okay. DH, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. What does the universe want me to know? We've got the 5 of Jazz. That's the 5 of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And the 9 of Swords reversed. Okay, what the universe wants you to know, DH. I feel like there is a lot of conflict. There could be internal conflict, personal conflict, conflict. Hey, Justine, it's a pop-up. I just did a walkthrough through the deck, and I'm just doing readings now, so get your question in. Just a pop-up on a really hot Sunday afternoon, because I don't know about you, there's a heat wave here. No one wants to go outside. So here we are. All right. But definitely check the replay so you can see all of the cards, because it's worth it. It's totally worth it. And you know Stacy, so this is Stacy's deck. Okay. All right. So here we are, DH, figuring out what the universe wants you to know. There's conflict. Internal conflict, conflict between people around you, conflict in the world. There's conflict. And you're sensitive. You feel that. There's some things going on here you really don't like. You have to acknowledge the things that you don't like and the way they make you feel. But you can't live in that space. You can't live in that energy. You have to allow this to encourage your creativity so that you can move forward. You cannot let conflict keep you stuck. How about that? Let me know what you think. D9, will I meet someone who's good for me? Something most people would like. Either are happy it has happened or hope that it will happen. So, D9, here we go. The 10 of Axes reversed. Well, that tells me that in the past, you have met people who were not good for you and you're still healing from it. Happens to the best of us. And here comes the Knight of Axes. That's the Knight of Swords. So I would say very quickly you're likely to meet someone new. But recognize that, none of us are good at figuring out who's going to be good for us and who isn't. It's not that we have bad taste. It's not that we're bad at choosing. It's just hard to figure it out. So take your time. Someone may come in very quickly, but do not very quickly decide that this is the one. Just very quickly decide that, let me get to know this person better. We'll see what happens. All right. Teresa, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. And thank you for being a moderator. All right. To borrow a question someone had on Saturday, what am I ready to begin? What a magnificent card. You are ready to be the queen. And we remember the Queen of Wands is the Queen of Jazz. So you are ready to begin anything that you want to nurture in your life, anything that is creative, anything that you're passionate about, anything that you feel motivated to do. But girl, get thee thy crown. That's the thing. All right. Nalini Kalu, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. My question is, how long before I meet someone I'd like to date? The fact that you're ready to ask that question tells us you have had a great deal of healing, which is what this card tells us as well. So good on you for that. I think with death, like there's an intensity here. Like we have a lot of intense feelings about all of this, and ideally, a person that would be good for you is going to be different from what you've been with in the past. Six of Swords reversed. You're going to be very careful in looking, and clearly we can already see just with the number of cards we're pulling that it's probably not tomorrow. It's probably not soon, because you're really concerned about not, oh, this is interesting. You're really concerned about not having a repeat of what we've seen before. But look, things of quality have no fear of time, because there will be someone that will be absolutely perfect. Temperance, although we don't think about temperance specifically as a relationship card, it is one of my favorites. And in this deck, you can so clearly see why I would say that. So it's not immediate. But Nalini, you're doing the work. You're doing the work to make it happen. It will happen. Okay. Nalini's like, I love this deck. I do too. And even though I have no practice with it, it is, it feels like like once you get past that it's visually very different, it kind of reads like butter, I'm thinking. I don't know. What are y'all thinking? It feels okay to me. It really does. Oh, Gianna, I think tuning a guitar would have been a good temperance card too. Yeah, it absolutely would have been. Absolutely. Nalini, that's so cool. When I first saw Harmony, I thought it was the Lover's card. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So you're going to accept nothing less than that, Nalini. Seriously. Okay. Nalini, I thought you'd be the Empress or the High Priestess. Well, Camille got to be the High Priestess. But no, I'm good being the Eight of Swords. And it's kind of perfect for me, because I've spent my whole life having to say things to people that they didn't want to hear and help them understand why it's a good thing. So I'm really the perfect Eight of Swords. All right, Deepika, you are up next. What's in store for me in my career and for the remaining year? Well, in your career, I think really good things, really like new projects, new possibilities, and new growth, new opportunity. So we love that. And for the rest of the year, some things that may frustrate you. So good things at work, but in life in general, there are some frustrations you're going to have to deal with. What else can I say about that? People who don't listen to you, people who don't think that what you say is important, you shouldn't listen to those people. Just saying. That will make you have a better year. All right. All right. All right, just going through. And Karen Hendershot, great to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than a year. The only questions I have right now are about my upcoming surgery. Understandable. There are so many what ifs, and everyone is tired of hearing about it. I'm not tired of hearing about it. I'm not tired of hearing about it. Let's see if we see the Lover's card, Nalini. I can't right off the bat imagine it in my head, but let's see if we see it. Okay, so Karen Hendershot. Hey, Lumen. This is a pop-up because we're in a heat wave and I want to stay inside. This is a pop-up where I did a walkthrough of Rhythm and Soul Tarot, and now I'm doing readings with it for the very first time, reading with this deck, which is something you know I never do. I never do readings with decks I'm not familiar with unless it's like the single card pull on Mondays and Fridays. And I haven't even done that with this deck yet. I was sort of saving it for this special thing. Now that it's available, the link is right in the description. But you can ask a question, Lumen. I'm doing readings with this deck. And so far, even though I'm not schooled in this deck, things are going well. All right. So, Karen, your upcoming surgery. 5 of Axes reversed. That's the 5 of Swords reversed, which sort of suggests that the doctors are approaching this very delicately. Queen of Swords, it is the right thing and needs to happen. The surgery must happen. This is the Empress, and it's reversed, and I believe it's your mother in spirit watching over you as you go through this. The Queen of Cups. Notice how much feminine energy we have going on here. And harmony. There it is again. I think all will be well. This is not easy, but I think all will be well. I really do. And my friend, you can ask about it and talk about it before, during, and after as much as you want to here. Seriously. Oh, Gianna, axes. In music, the term axe is your instrument. Your instrument is your axe. Let me grab my axe. So it's like your guitar or whatever. Your axe is your guitar. It's your instrument. Ooh, card on the floor. Hang on. And let me scroll down and see whose question is next. Hang on 1 second here. Here we go. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh, D9, a lot of music artists got their start at childhood church. It's so true. It's so true. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Fitness to Freedom. You're up next. And if I skip anyone, there's a lot of conversation here, so it's going to be easy for me to skip someone. If I skip someone, let me know. And before I do you, Fitness to Freedom, let me just reply to Karen, who says, thank you. The doctor isn't even sure what exactly is going to happen. He says it will depend on how much damage is there. Everything is what if. And that's where that Temperance card at the end and the fact that, you know, that 5 of Swords where we're being really careful, you've got the right doctor here. I think it's going to be okay. I think you're in good hands. Okay. Fitness to Freedom. I'm just going to see what I see. Here we go. So, Fitness to Freedom. Right now, one of the most important things for you is your own self-care so you can achieve your goals. I feel like you may have people or situations around you trying to get your energy, trying to get your attention, and you need to keep your attention on what you have to do to achieve your goals. And if you're not sure what your goals are, it's time to figure it out. There it is. Okay, Leslie, I see that question. I'm going to keep going. And, you know, if you'll hang out with me, I'll do it for sure, for sure, for sure. Just throwing cards around here. Okay, here we go. Christine Hallowell, your question. What do my ancestors want me to know? That feels like a good thing to do with this deck because there's so much honoring of history with this deck. It feels like ancestral readings are a good thing. And here comes a card that just flew out. Your ancestors recognize that you can be worried, that you can be anxious, that you can be depressed, that you can have a lot on your mind. And they want you to trust yourself in making good choices. They trust you to make good choices. They want you to trust yourself because you are in a place where you are bringing balance to your life. And you are in a place where you are trying to do things the right way. And your ancestors see this. They support you in this. They want you to see the growth that is already there. All right. Here we go. Gianna, here's your question. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. My question. We have new neighbors, and they seem like such great people. I'd love to possibly be friends with them, but I know sometimes it's better to keep neighbors at a little distant to avoid problems. Do the card think it would be okay to be closer to them, or is it better to keep things simple? Camille, thank you so much for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. That is very, very kind. Thank you. All right, I hate that I have to go. Bye. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the gift. It was so good that you got to be here because you're in the deck and you have information about the deck. And I didn't plan that. Camille was just here and was able to pop on. So have a great day. You can lurk and listen. That's fine. We love you. All right. So, friends with the neighbors. So the first question here, are the neighbors as cool as we think they are? I mean, look at this very specifically. What do we have here? The Six of Roots, which is the Six of Pentacles. We have the Casserole Brigade. We have the neighbor. Look, here, I baked this for you. You absolutely, if you have new neighbors, you can do exactly this thing. Like, I think this is interesting. And I was asking what kind of neighbors they're going to be. I think they are interesting people. Now, the thing is, I also think they've been going through something. So they may not have a lot of space, a lot of mental space or whatever, but I think you can welcome them and I think you can bring them cookies or casserole or whatever if you would like. Should you actively pursue friendship? No. What you should do is pursue good neighborship. And if the good neighborship naturally on its own turns into friendship, that's fine, but it may not. But good neighborship is a great thing. So there you go. Okay. Oh, Christine, thank you. I agree with you that this is a great deck for connecting with the ancestors. That is also synchronistic with the reading you did for me yesterday. Cool. So cool. Oh, Dina, synchronicity is I just watched something that had Robert Johnson and deals with the devil at the crossroads, right? Right? Absolutely. So cool. There's a lot of synchronicity going on here right now. All right. Here we go. Who is next? We just did Gianna. Mary. Mary wants to know, what am I doing wrong? And that's interesting because we don't know that you're doing anything wrong. So we'll ask. The preacher reverse, you're not doing anything wrong. If someone thinks that you're doing something wrong, it's their problem, not yours. That's what I think. Okay. Hey, CB Muzz, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Anything new on the horizon for my daughter's health and well-being? I'm sorry, that's a question. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Oh, okay. Camille, I'm going to get your question. In fact, CB Mo's, please excuse me. I want to give the High Priestess in this deck her reading before she needs to go. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm coming back to you. Okay, Camille walks with spirits. I'm trying to solidify a plan to go to Seattle to do guest readings at several places. What do I need to do to make it happen and successful? Knight of Axes, just do it. Just do it. Quickly, quickly. Let's make it happen. That's like your sign to just freaking do it. And there's Leslie with the 2 of Axes reversed. Like you feel disquiet about it. You feel disquiet about it. You don't feel at peace with the idea. Your issue is internal, not external. Externally, people will be happy to have you. Just make the phone calls, send the emails, make the plan and do it. Dum, bum, bum, bum. It'll happen. But inside, you're like, ooh, can I? Should I? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Just do it. All right. CB Moz, thanks for your patience. Okay, when we look at your daughter's health and well-being. So the 3 of Axes reversed is like wonderful because in its reversal, it talks about healing. So whatever the problem is, we see improvement. The Fool reversed, be careful. Be careful about how you and she process this and try not to get caught in sort of an overly pessimistic view. I feel like with time and patience, everything can be much better. And Camille with Spirit, walks with spirits. 100% right. Thank you so much. I'm terrified about a hurricane happening while I'm gone and my pet being in someone's care. I get it. And I mean, you're in New Orleans. Like, there's real hurricane trauma there. I get it. I'll call you for a deeper reading. And that other situation we talked about, plus StarCon, I'll look forward to it. All right. Lumen. Are you up next? Lumen. My question is, yeah, you're up next. How can I get my mom on board for collaborating with me on my journey to Jamaica? Planning on going to do research on my grandmother's land, but she's hesitant and defensive when I bring it up. I would love for her to be a part of the process, and I feel it could be healing for her, but not sure how to approach the topic without her shutting me or the idea down. Yeah, no, this is her trauma. She has trauma here. You can't. You can't. It's important for her to understand that her trauma is not your trauma. But she is not ready. She is not ready. She is not ready. She is not ready. Is she okay with you doing this without her? Yeah. I think if you can understand what her boundaries are, she can learn to be supportive of the project you want to do. And in that, like, she can be more helpful to you if you ask her for zero help at all. That's when she'll be the most helpful to you. But just understand, this isn't her being difficult. This is her in a real place of trauma and not ready to reveal that and not ready to deal with that and just not ready. And what you need from her is, like, your need is real, and it's more than just, oh, this would be a cool project. This is deep. What you need from her is real, but she can't give it. And there's some trauma there for you because this may not be the first time. So there's a lot of trauma tied up in all of this, but the project is good and can still go forward. Leslie Schaefer, if there's time for another question, how can I get over my intense procrastination around some projects I'd like to complete? Well, the thing about those projects is you really do want to complete them, and you really can complete them, and you really should complete them. So why have you been procrastinating? It's big. This is a huge thing, Leslie. This is an opportunity. Okay, here's what you do. First of all, you stop shaming yourself. You stop shaming yourself for You stop shaming yourself for procrastinating. You get over the shame. This is not about shame. No shame, no shame, no shame. I promise you, no shame. This is not about shame. You stop shaming yourself. And you recognize that there is something with these projects and or the finishing thereof that there is something in there, like there is a trauma, an upset, something like if you, rather than shaming yourself, if you could sit there and say, like, why have I been avoiding this? It has something to do with trusting yourself. It has something to do with trusting your process. You're not trusting yourself, you're not trusting your process. It's something like that. Hey, Science Giant. Good to see you. Leslie Schaefer, thank you so much. This is so real and so true. Yeah. And so don't shame yourself. Use this as an opportunity to figure out what's going on. And Dina, you are very welcome. The Two of Roots will eventually become a DJ, seriously. Okay, Justine, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member for more than 2 years. Thanks for using members only emojis. Thanks for being a moderator. Definitely have had a lot of internal breakthroughs recently, and I'm working on shifting my focus from the relationship in my life to me, my general well-being, and what I need to do to myself forward, what I need to do to forward myself next. What are some key things I should focus on in the coming weeks to shift my focus positively on myself and my path forward from here? Anything that the universe wants me to know about that I'm not already considering? So the thing is, it is hard for you to imagine yourself in a happy and successful place. That would be the first most important thing to do, is to be able to see yourself as a happy and successful person like 5 weeks from now. And be willing to shut down within yourself or from others anything that is BS and unhelpful. And recognize that the journey forward is hard for everyone, not just you. And recognize that the decision to be a good partner to yourself is that first best step. It really is. So just love yourself. No BS. The journey is hard for everyone. Do not think that everyone else is thriving while you're suffering. That's not necessarily the truth. And see yourself, visualize yourself where you want to be. There it is. All right. Monty M., good to see you. I recently applied for a job. Will I get it? 10 of Cups, it is very likely. Don't spend money until you know, but it is very likely you have a good shot. Okay. Interesting, Gianna. Every time I ask about the neighbors, I get the 6 of Pentacles, right? So at least bring them some food and recognize you can have a very good neighborly relationship with them. Monty M., best of luck. Okay. Karen Landrum, when is the best time for us to move? As soon as possible, whenever you want. As soon as possible. It's me, yay, it's me. No, seriously, whenever possible. Sooner the better, really. Okay. Science Giant, this is a great one. Of course, Science Giant is the Giant's Forge. We'll see him at StarCon. Okay. The contract my church has with our interim minister will expire at the end of August. So this is a UU church where Eric, the Science Giant, is very active in the Cups chapter, the Covenant of UU Pagans. Okay. The contract my church has with our interim minister will expire at the end of August. The congregation is finally taking it seriously that the ministerial work will shift to us for the foreseeable future. But there's a lot of work and not many of us. So I know there's many factors at play. How's it looking? So you're not going to hire. You're just going to do it. You're going to do the Quaker thing and be your own ministers. Am I to take that's, I mean, at least for a while, that's what you're going to do. How is that going to work? Ha ha ha! Literally, there's no preacher. The cards do not lie. That's freaking hilarious. You know, here's what you have to do. Someone has to be administratively in charge. This can work. This can work. But someone has to be administratively in charge, and you have to figure out what the most important tasks are to keep things going. And the fact is, I don't see this as being a long-term solution. You can make it work for a while, but I think in the long run, you need a pastor. You really do. Or you need someone who is designated and paid as, I mean, maybe you don't need a pastor. Maybe you just need a church secretary, administrator, something. But you need someone on whom, you know, the shit rolls downhill. You need someone the shit rolls to. You're going to need that. So it's going to be hard. And I think a lot of the problem is funding. And so it's doable. It's doable, and you can gather more people in. You can grow. You can use this to grow. It's doable, and you can use it to grow. But it's not easy. All right. Friends, this has been so much fun. It is last call for readings, y'all. If I skipped anyone, let me know. If you're just getting here, again, last call, get those questions in. This has been a walkthrough of the very beautiful and now available Rhythm and Soul Tarot by Stacey Williams-Ung. And it's a great deck. I love it. I'll be back tomorrow morning with your 3-card weekly reading. Thanks for being here. Leslie says, thank you. This was a blast. Thank you. Thanks for being here. So good. Monty says, thank you for the reading, and I'll see you soon in West Palm. I will look forward to that. Very, very good. Thank you, my friends. I really appreciate all of you. In the description, there are 3 links. 1 to buy the deck, 1 to get a reading with me, and 1 to become a member of this channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I will look forward to seeing you soon. Take good care.